Unix and Linux printing started out using LPD, line printer daemon. And in 1999, they came out with a new system called CUPS, Common Unix Printing System. So it has replaced the old LPT daemon. A lot of the same utilities that LPD used for sending and managing print jobs can be used with CUPS for backward compatibility. Project 10-1 goes over a lot of the command line tools you can use for managing CUPS and similar tools that you use for the LPD daemon. And then 10-2 should go into the more modern where you use a web browser to set up and manage your printers. So we'll start off and log into CentOS 7. And you ought to be careful when you're working through this because some of these you'll boot into Ubuntu, some you'll boot into CentOS. So we'll do LP admin, and we're going to add a printer. I'm going to name it Printer1, and we'll do a -E, -V for verbose output, and we're going to put it into a dev/null, which is a nothing device. Since we don't have a real printer attached to our machine, we're just going to attach it to a nothing device, so any print jobs will just get thrown away if they're sent. And the driver type, simply just raw text will be sent to it, since this is not a real printer and it doesn't have a real driver. So the printer is created. Let's verify. Actually, this modifies the line printer options, and -D for default sets Printer1 as the default printer. So it tells us the settings of the default printer. Now I want us to look at the configuration file for CUPS. And see that the command that we typed in created this configuration file and set this printer up. Has the device location, dev, null, and other information about the printer. LP stat -T displays the status of the printer, shows that it is idle, and it is at the accepting requesting job state. Let's disable it, since if we send a print job to the printer, it's going to go into the nothing device, so they'll just simply disappear. So to actually see the jobs get stored on the hard disk, we're going to disable. We're going to give a reason to keep print jobs in the queue, and then specify the printer that we created, so Printer1. Now relook at the LP stat command. It shows that it is disabled. And you also notice it has the description of why it is disabled: to keep print jobs in the queue. The dash reason could be to change out toner, or who knows what else, to change out paper, do some maintenance on the printer. So if people are printing to the device and expecting the jobs come out, they could always check the status and see, why is it not notifying that my print job's done. They can see a little administrator note that, hey, we're doing work on the printer. So LP command -N number 2, so we want to send 2 jobs to the printer, and we're going to send the file init tab. So we're just sending init tab to the printer twice. We can also use LP to print multiple files. So here we've sent 2 separate files to the printer. There's another print job. And a third, we want to run the mount command. Instead of displaying information to the screen, we're going to pipe it to LP so that will be printed to the print device. So that's being sent. Now we'll do LP stat and see that we have 3 print jobs in the printer. Print job 1 is going to print 2 copies. Print job 2 is going to print those 2 different files, and print job 3 is going to print the output of the man command. So that's what would happen if we actually had a print device connected to the computer and it was not paused. Now it wants us to look in the spool directory. So /var/spool cups. I typed ls. So for each of the jobs, you have the data, and you also have the configuration for the job. So you have each of them starting with a C or a D, and then you have the number after them, 1, 2, or 3, so you can know which job that the file is associated with. To cancel a print job, it's simply cancel printer 1 dash and then the print job 1, 2, or 3. So we're going to cancel -1. Look at the LP stat. We see that it has been canceled. LPC status. Looking at the status shows that we have printer 1 is enabled, printing is disabled. It has 2 entries in it, which because we canceled the 3rd entry or that 1st entry, so now I have 2 entries. So that's another way to look at the status. You also have LPQ. That shows us the print jobs, maybe in a little bit greater detail. One, it's showing that it's going to print the host file, and the other one is printing standard input. So it lets us know that we run a command and we're trying to print the standard in or whatever from a command. LPR, line print dash number 2. Line printer, so we're sending 2 copies of the init tab using the old style LPD commands. Now LPQ again, to look at it, we see we have 3 jobs again, and the job ID number 4 because we deleted job ID 1. Now to delete job 4, using the old LPD style command, LPRM4 removes it. LPQ to view again, sees that the 4 was gone. Now they just simply want us to exit the system. Starting with 10-2, we want to go into the graphical interface by hitting Control-Alt-F1. Here, we can log in as sample user 1. Password is secret. Make sure you're logging in to GNOME and not GNOME Classic or KDE. Here they want us to click Activities. Click on the LibreOffice icon to open up a document editor, and you can simply type anything. And then you'll go to File and go down to Print and click OK. Hit X to close without saving. Now they want us to bring up the settings. So click on Activities and click on the All Application icon at the bottom. And then click on All. You probably won't have the settings in yours. Click on All. It shows all applications. Now you need to scroll. It's about 3/4 of the way down and find the settings icon. It should simply just say settings on it. Click on it, and then we'll scroll down and find the printer. When we click on printers, you'll have the graphical print tool. We can click on show jobs, and it asks us, why are we only seeing 1 job? Since we had 2 more from the previous lab in the print queue. The reason we're logged in as user 1, and we can only see and manage our jobs. We can't see and manage the root account's jobs, so we're just seeing ours. we'll go ahead and click on, we're going to click on close, and we're going to click on print test page, and then we're going to click show jobs again. You'll see that there are two jobs, and they want us to click on the test page job and delete it. So click on it and click delete. So I just shown how to use the graphical interface for managing jobs. A lot easier than typing the commands at the command line. So once we've done managing jobs this way, let's go and click on activities again, and you can close down your printers. Now they want us to open up a web browser, so I'll click on the Firefox. We'll type in localhost :631 in the address bar. But even if I just type LL, it should already be in the list here, localhost :631. So this is the graphical web interface for managing a print server remotely on Unix or Linux. They want us to click on administration, and in here we want to share printers, allow printing from the internet, allow remote administration, and then click the change settings button to save it. We'll supply root and pass 1, 2, 3, 4. And it will save and restart the system and verify that the correct checkboxes are checked. Under classes, click on add class. And we're going to name this sample class. The purpose of a class is you can link more than one printer to a class. So if you have a large area, large number of people printing, and you need fast printing, sometimes you can link several physical printers under one class. So people will print to the class, and then it'll go to the printer that is not being used at that time. So I'll click add class at the bottom, and that is simply all that is doing, is creating a default name for a group of physical printers. Now it simply just wants us to check out other features that you can do, look at what maintenance you can do, what administration tasks you can do, and it has you click around on several different areas to look at that. So go ahead and look around all the graphical stuff, and I'm going to skip down to step 12. I'm going to go back to Control-Alt-F2, log in as root, pass 1, 2, 3, 4, and look at the LP stat. And notice that I have 3 jobs. I have the 2 jobs that were there when we printed from the command line at root, and then I have the one from user 1. And you can see it shows user 1 sent that job, job number 5, out of LibreOffice. And our test page, of course, is not there since we deleted it in the graphical interface. LPD is going to set the sample class as the default. Sorry, D is not for default on that. It's the LP options that sets the default printer. LP-D stands for device. So we're going to print to the sample device, and we're going to print the Etsy host file. So that was sent. And here it shows us the LP stat, showing the root is print to sample class instead of to a physical printer. And that is just stating, if we had more than one print device connected to a sample class, it could print out on any one of the printers, whichever one was not busy. Now we can cancel all the print jobs for printer 1 and sample class. LP stat-t should show that all jobs were emptied and it is sitting there idle. So that is all of 10.1 and 10.2.